Hey, what's going on, everybody? B. Derek's here. So, I wanted to make a video on talking about how to attack invaders. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the Guardsmen. So, if you don't know already, the Guardsmen are the most important invaders, especially to start with. And the reason that is this is the gear that they make. So, by attacking them, it's going to increase your hero's offense, reduce their defense, and also give you more endurance. So basically, by attacking these invaders, it makes it so that your invaders are able to do more damage and use less energy, which is this right here, on all future invaders as long as you're wearing the gear. So it's really important to get this gear early on. That way, all subsequent attacks against invaders will do more damage and use less hero energy. So let's talk about what hero skills you should use. So specifically, we're talking about the invader tree set. So what I personally think is the best, of course, start by maxing the weakened invaders, and then when I was doing this, I first put 10 points into hero's energy restoration, and then I put 10 points into hero's energy depletion. And the reason that I only put 10 in each of those is because as soon as you do that, it unlocks your hero's total offense. So basically, your goal is to get to this as early as you can and then max it out. So once you max that out, it kind of depends on what level of invaders you can hit. If you're only hitting around like level 3, level 4, you really shouldn't need to put any points at that stage into hero sustained attack. And the reason that is you want to attack the invaders just doing single attacks at a time. And I'll explain this a little bit more in detail when I actually start attacking, but the point is you want to build this up basically all the way until you're killing the invader. You really don't ever really want to use sustained attacks, which is the option on the right. And again, I'll explain that more in the future. But the bottom line is every single attack you do up until the invader dies, you want the percentage bonus to be increasing. So basically, once you max out the total offense, I recommend that you start putting points into the energy depletion. Basically, what that does is every time you attack, it costs less hero energy per attack. So that's kind of important. And then once you do that, then of course start putting points into the hero sustained attack. You may need a few points in this, again, depending on what level of invader you're hitting. For example, if you're hitting level 5 and you haven't done a lot of training in the knowledge tree, you may need to put a few points into this again to make sure that your percent bonus damage is going up every single time. I'll show you my knowledge tree, what I've trained in this specifically for invaders. I've basically gone level 9 all the way to level 5, and then I've started to do some things to level 10. The level 10s are incredibly expensive and they take a lot of time, which is why I haven't gone super deep into level 10s just yet. I'm waiting specifically to get a little bit better hero gear with learning percent bonuses to knock down some of the time. But again, I'll go through this. So I would try to get these at least to level 8. So all of these. So increase energy restoration. So basically every time you attack, this is the rate at which your energy fills back up into your hero. Hero speed, just how fast he marches. Critical hit. This is really important. Critical hit. So every time you get a critical hit, it basically does double the damage. So this is the percent chance that you'll actually get a crit hit. So basically this is the chance at which you're going to do double damage. So I think crit hit is the most important in the knowledge tree. So definitely we want to look at putting a lot of points into a crit hit. Okay, invader level. This is the level at which you can, the level of invaders that you can hit. The hero endurance. So every time you attack, again, this is how much hero juice that you use. And so the higher level that is, basically every single attack will use that much less hero juice. Hero sustained attack, that was kind of what I was talking about on the hero energy. So each one of these will allow you to do an extra attack and give you that extra percent bonus damage. Hero offense, this is the total amount of basically attack damage, so to speak, that your hero does. So again, this is really important, and your crit hit is really important, because basically these two combined determine how much actual damage each hit does to the invader. So you can see that those are kind of the ones that I've maxed out thus far. Now I'm only doing level 9 in all of these, which is really good. But like I said, the further on we go, you can see how much. I mean, 26 weeks. I mean, it's forever. Plus, they're really expensive. So yeah, waiting a little bit later to do some of those. This is also really important. So this lowers their defense. That way, your attack damage will actually do more again. So it's kind of a combination of hero offense, crit damage, and invader defense reduction that determines how much each one of your attacks does. So all those are really important. And like I said, I basically went down to Invader 5 and then stopped. Invader 6 is really hard to get to, because basically you have to max all of the rest of the tree out. You have to get these all to level 10 before you can unlock that. So my other character does have Invader 6, and honestly, there's not much of a difference between 5 and 6, just the small experiments that I've run on them. They both basically get about the same amount of material per unit of hero energy. So on this one, I'm going to probably leave. I'm probably not going to do Invader 6. So anyway, like I said, going back to this, you want to get this gear as soon as possible. If not, now is the perfect time to at least get blue gear or rare. So you can see it's rare. I would definitely only start with rare. I like to get rare and then immediately jump up to legendary. That's kind of how I do all my gear sets. But definitely, while we've got the Guardsman here, you definitely want to at least try to get rare gear of all the Guardsman set. So the Guardsman set is the Guardsman helmet, the chest piece is the white robe, the amulets are the plated gauntlets, the boots are white boots, and your weapon is Sword of Vengeance. And all of those are found right here in your forge. And it's all of those gear sets are all Invader equipment, because again, you're hitting Guardsman, which is all part of the Invader equipment set. So that's where you find that. Alright, so let's get to it. So let's jump. We're in the middle of a clan versus clan, so I'm going to jump over to the enemy kingdom and farm, because it gets me more points. So let's jump over there. Now we're going to be hitting level 5, as I said. I think per unit of hero energy, it's basically as efficient as you can get. So what I like to do is I like to teleport to a spot that has 2 of these royal guardsmen right next to each other, like this spot right here. This is a perfect example. So see this square right here where my mouse is? See how immediately to the left and immediately to the right there's a royal guardsman? That just makes this process really fast. So we're going to jump over. I do not have any juice besides basically the free juice, so I cap out at 3,000. So I think currently it takes me about 20,000 units of energy to kill one of these. So we have to use gold. So let's be the most efficient with our gold, and let's buy the 2,000 units. So we're going to bump this all the way up to 20,000. It costs a little bit of gold, but this is definitely worth it. So we'll bump that up to 20, and we'll get started, and we'll see exactly how much this level 5 takes to kill. So let me explain this before I get started. So on the left you have normal attacks. So this is what I was telling you you should be doing, normal attacks. So every time I do one of these normal attacks, you're going to see a bonus appear over here. So the first one does 15%, then the next one 30%, and it gets all the way up, depending on your knowledge, but it can get like over 400% if the invader's still alive at that point. What you don't want to do is hit enhanced attack, because if I hit enhanced attack, it'll do 30 attacks, because that's how much energy I have, at basically what my base damage is right now. But by doing the single hits over and over and over, each subsequent hit will multiply the damage. So effectively, you're going to use way less energy, and you're going to do more damage. And if you didn't know, the more damage you do to the invaders, the better drops you get, which is the whole point of attacking these invaders. Alright, so let's get started. So you'll notice at first, see how I'm getting like simple, and then I might start getting unusual, and then as I'm doing more and more damage, you'll see that I start getting rare gear. See, there's an unusual right there. So the whole point is to basically ramp your damage up, another unusual, to get better and better drops. That's how you get gear faster. And so you'll see up here on the right, see this percentage? This is what I'm talking about. So the next time I do this, I'll do 60% bonus damage of what my base damage was. And then as soon as I attack, you see how it jumped up to 75? It's going to just keep going and keep going and keep going. I think it'll probably get to like probably close to 300% before this thing dies. But go ahead and watch as I attack. At the bottom of my screen, right here where my mouse is, see, now we're starting to get a rare item. We'll start to get better and better gear. You'll start to see some rare and even epic drops, hopefully, the harder and harder I hit. You obviously get better drops every time you get a crit hit, which is again why I said it's important to get that crit chance percentage up, because that'll be, that many more times that you'll get a better drop. Essentially, your better chance at getting rare gear, better chance of getting epic. Every once in a blue moon you'll get a legendary. It's pretty rare to get a legendary. You might have a better chance if you actually are attacking the epic invaders. But so there you go. You get a rare there, and you're never gonna get this on like the level 1, level 2. I mean, you're just not. You're gonna get unusual, simple gear, etc. So it's important to start ramping up and start hitting level 4, level 5. I wouldn't hit anything below level 4 unless you're just like wanting to deplete, your hero's energy. Like maybe like right before work, you're not gonna have time to sit here and do what I'm doing. You just want to basically use up the free energy you have. I do that kind of stuff all the time. But see, now we're starting to consistently get rare hits, and this guy's almost dead. And it doesn't look like I'm going to come close to even using up all 20,000 units. So yeah, see how we're consistently getting rare gear. This guy's about to die. So it looks like we're on 19 right now. The next hit will kill him, which is about 20 hits. So 20 hits at 672 energy. So I like to kind of know that. That helps me to figure out basically how much energy that I need for the next one. So I just did some quick math, and it looked like I said it was going to take me about 20,000. That actually took me about 13 and a half. So I'm going to add more energy real quick just to get to about 13 and a half, about there, and we'll see how much it takes to kill this guy. Should be pretty close. Because I'm spending gold, I don't want to overfill my energy. The goal is to just buy as much as I need, and then I usually wait until my hero's energy fills back up by itself. That way I'm getting that much more free energy, just because it costs gold. You can of course buy packs. I try not to spend money on the game, but by all means feel free to do so. They have a maximum energy, I believe it's called, pack. I think it usually costs between $5 and $10, and you can get 500,000 units of energy or something like that with it. Plus, if you do buy those packs, you can get the boosts. It gives you actually like a 1-hour boost for your hero. I think it's like 20%. It's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, the only way to get that boost is to buy the pack. It's nothing that you can buy in the clan store or get from a drop off of Invader or anything like that. So that's just one of those things that Plarium is trying to milk more money from you. but to each his own, however you want to play the game. But yeah, we'll finish killing this guy real quick. So if you haven't done this already, like I said, you really want to get this particular hero set gear, which will, like I said, do more damage, use less energy, and you want to always equip that before you do any kind of attacking to invaders. Always, always, always swap. You should do the same thing. You should have also a building set, a learning set. If you're attacking, wear an attacking set. See, there we go. We got an epic drop. So that one was definitely a crit hit right there. Pretty much if you're attacking level 5s, the only way you'll get an epic or a legendary drop is you got to get a nice high crit damage. So you can see right here now we're up to 240%. See that right there? So that's why we're starting to consistently get these rare and higher drops. So that's the only way to do it. So we're at 255, 270. Yeah, we'll be up over 300 probably percent right before this guy dies. Okay, we're gonna add a little more energy. And this guy is almost dead. So it looked like this one took a little bit more than 13,500 damage. Energy, but that's really good. That's really not that bad at all. We're at 41 attacks total. So the first guy took 20. We're already at 21 on this one. It looks like it'll take 22 to finish him off, which is probably about normal for my current knowledge level. So not too bad. Anyway, that's just a quick little how-to. So if you don't already have one of those hero sets, definitely this week you should work on it. Let's see how many more days. So it looks like for 2 more days these invaders are still there, so definitely take advantage of that. As always, if you have any questions, let me know in game or in